In this massive multi-billion-dollar race to build the smartest AI, there's a fundamental question that just hangs over everything.
Seriously, how do we actually know if the newest, shiniest AI model is any better than the last one? Is it genuinely smarter, or is it just, different? To figure that out, you kind of need a report card, some simple, reliable grade to tell you what's what.
And for a long, long time, the world of AI has had exactly that, a kind of standardized test for grading its models. The whole idea was to get it down to a single number, a score that tells you how good an AI is at its most basic job, guessing the next word in a sentence.
And that gold standard metric? It's called perplexity. I mean, this has been the yardstick for progress. It's the score that researchers obsess over and that big tech companies splash all over their press releases. But what does it actually mean?
Okay, so let's break it down. At its heart, perplexity is really just a measure of an AI's confidence. Probably the easiest way to think about it is like a surprise-o-meter. Yeah, really. It's all about how surprised the AI is when it sees a bunch of words.
The logic behind it is actually pretty simple. If a model really understands language, it shouldn't be shocked by a normal sentence, right? So if you give it "the cat sat on the," a good model is going to be like, yep, probably Matt. It's not expecting galaxy. And that level of surprise is exactly what perplexity is measuring. So little surprise means low perplexity, which is a good thing. It tells you the model is confident and knows what's going on.
So yeah, the goal is always low perplexity. That's the A+ on the report card. It means the model has high confidence. It just gets it. High perplexity, that's a failing grade. It means the model is just constantly surprised, totally lost, and basically confused by everything you show it.
And for ages, the entire field ran on this one super simple rule. If you want to build a better AI, just drive that perplexity score down. Lower is always better. A lower score always means a better model. Simple, right? Well, maybe not.
And this is where the story gets really interesting. Because in early 2026, a research paper came out that just blew a huge hole in this whole idea. It suggested that the industry's favorite metric might be broken. The paper's called "Perplexity Cannot Always Tell Right from Wrong," and it's by Petar Velichkovich and his team. They took a really hardcore mathematical look at this metric we've all been trusting for years. And what they found? Well, unsettling is putting it lightly. I mean, just let this quote sink in for a second. Right up front, in the abstract, they say perplexity may be an unsuitable metric for model selection. Whoa. This isn't some small adjustment. This is a direct shot at the way the entire industry decides which AI models are the best. So how on earth did they get to such a bombshell conclusion? Well, they uncovered something we can call the confident but wrong paradox. And it's this really fascinating kind of mind-bending discovery that shows how getting a great score can actually be a massive trap. Okay, so here's how this crazy paradox works. Let's walk through it. First, you've got a really good AI model. It's accurate, it's super confident about what it's seeing, and boom, it gets a fantastic low perplexity score. So far, so good, right? But here's the insane twist. The paper proves with math that if that good scenario exists, it guarantees that another scenario has to exist too. And in that other scenario, the model is also super confident, getting another great score, but this time, it's completely and utterly wrong.
And that right there, that's the core of the problem. An AI can get an A+ for being confidently wrong. It can look amazing on paper, with a nice low perplexity score, all while being completely mistaken about what's going on.
Look at this. This table just makes it crystal clear. You've got Model A. It's confident, it's accurate, and it gets a good low perplexity score. Perfect. But then you have Model B. It's super confident, maybe even more so, but it's dead wrong. And the whole paradox is that because it's so sure of itself, it also gets a good score. So if you're just looking at that final score, you literally can't tell which one is which. So if the main ruler we've been using is this unreliable, what does that mean for this whole giant project of building AI? It kind of forces you to take a big step back and ask, are we even measuring progress the right way?
And let's be clear, this isn't just some abstract academic debate. This has real-world consequences. It means we might be picking the wrong AI models for really important stuff, like in medicine or finance. It means we could be chasing a high score that has nothing to do with how useful the AI is in the real world. And maybe even worse, by trying so hard to get a low perplexity score, we might just be creating AIs that are fragile and dangerously overconfident. This is a huge wake-up call that we need better ways to grade these things.
Now, to be fair, the researchers aren't saying we should just toss perplexity in the trash. Instead, they give us a new rule of thumb. For the score to actually mean something, a drop in perplexity, meaning higher confidence, has to come with a real increase in accuracy. You can't just have one without the other. Confidence by itself just isn't enough.
Which leaves us with a pretty sobering final thought, doesn't it? For years, the entire field of AI has been using this one simple ruler to measure its own progress, and now we know that ruler can be fooled. So it really makes you wonder, if our best yardstick is broken, what kind of intelligence have we actually been building this whole time?